What's going on, everybody? It's Kim Beer Trades, and today I'm back with a video. I'm going to be breaking down my thoughts on the overall market, what I am really expecting to come up next couple of months and weeks, what I'm looking at right now, some of the things that I'm looking at right now, some of the stocks that I'm looking at right now. The market is in a really weird and volatile period. Um, we are seeing, very big volatile periods and so on and so forth. And so it's really interesting everything that's going on. A lot of stuff um, that I could cover. I'm not going to go over a ton. I'm just going to make it quick and brief, so you guys just get my update on what I believe is going on. So right now I'm looking at, and this is coming from a technical standpoint as well. I will throw in some fundamental aspect things in there as well, but um, I'm mainly a technical guy, so when it comes to these technicals, that's why I'll be breaking down here. And so this is the SPY, the overall market, the S&P 500, and um, we have, if you go back, of course, we had the recession where we had that big dip in the overall market, and not too long ago we broke out of the all-time highs, and breaking out of all-time highs, we had a rally. Now, I was actually involved in a position here on SPY. Um, I was involved in a position here, and I got the break. I caught this break of all-time highs. I caught the momentum on that break, and it just kept rallying for quite a while. And then a lot of people were already speculating that the market had rallied for 1 or 2 weeks after the breakout, and so seeing a rally like that, you will be concerned of just putting your money right into the market at that moment because, well, after a break, there has to be a retest. There has to be some sort of exhaustion period, some sort of period where the market pulls back, and that's exactly what we got. We got this pullback, and the pullback was uh, more violent than people really expected. It pulled back, and well, take that back. People were actually, I saw, people saying that they were believing that there was going to be a second market crash and things of that nature. But for me, honestly, I didn't believe that it would be this violent of a pullback. And so we actually pulled back under the breakout, and we pulled back down to this 100-day exponential moving average. We held up here at this 50, and I believe here I had a position where I was trying to catch the bottom. If you go back, it looks sort of like this will be a point where the market will reverse. But unfortunately, it kept selling off, and I lost quite a bit of money during that period. And so that just kind of proves the theory of the how random the market is, and that you have to really manage your positions and be ready to lose the money that you put into the market. Because if you're not ready to lose that money that you put into the market, trying to catch a bottom like I did can result into a big loss if you're not managing your risk properly. So we had that pull back to the 100. We bounced from the 100 back up to the 350s and stalled out at 350s and pulled back, and now we're back down to that 100, kind of uh, over sold into this 100. You can kind of see we're below it a little bit, and we held up, but um, still made lower lows today and closed lower than the previous day. So it's a red day. And so the question is the market going to continue to sell off? Will the market decide to continue to sell off and, as we had here, act as a sort of resistance? It could happen. Now, we got some decent volume coming in. The volume is nowhere near this type of volume here. So it could dip down a little bit, maybe act as some resistance for a bit, but then get back above that 100 and start the rally again. But it's just, you can't really be biased on it. I wouldn't play any swings right now in the overall market trying to predict what it's going to do at all, because I did that once and it didn't go well, and I learned from that. So here you can kind of see on a let's go back to the 4-hour chart. I had this kind of symmetrical triangle going on here, and I just had this because it was looking like a decent uptrend, but then we got to the downtrend, so it was kind of just forming this triangle pattern, and it's kind of holding up here at this line. If it bounces from here and gets tighter in, well, it'll make sense. You can see we held up here, we sold off really hard, and we're right down back to this 322.70 area. We got some more support level down here at 319.50s and 321.25s and whatnot. My trading strategy is mainly scalping, so I usually scalp intraday levels and just catch quick pops of momentum at key technical levels. But I do keep pace with what the market is doing overall because it helps my trading. For me to understand, you have to understand what it is that you're looking at, what it is that the market is doing for you to be effective. Now, one of the indicators that I look at is the VIX, which is the volatility index. It shows the rate of change of the overall market. How fast is the market reacting? How fast are these transactions in the overall market? So you can see, just going to the weekly chart on VIX, we're spiking here, and we're having this huge green bar, unlike what we've seen in a minute. Volatility was called. This is, of course, the pandemic, and then we get down to here. We had, a decent spike, and so we're having another one of these spikes above all EMAs. So this is a very bullish spike, which could mean some sort of strong volatility in the overall market, which could probably mean in a sell-off. Now, if we look at a closer time frame, like the daily, we can see we got to this 40 area and we started to reject. So we're rejecting off this 40 area. It's acting as some resistance. Now, it depends on how hard this resistance is going to act. Now, if we make a higher low above, like let's say this 9 starts to act as some support, and we continue to make higher highs, then I would expect that the market would continue to have hard sell-offs. But as of right now, the market is slowing down. It's coming to a pace as we get these, 2 red candles after this 3 days of rapid volatility in the overall market. So you can see today the volatility, spiked in the morning, but then calmed down at the end of the day. So really some indecision. Now we could hold up around this 338.12 area and then get above 40s. The last time that we were this high in volatility was 132 days ago, 137 days ago. 137 days ago, that was June 16th, I believe. Or June 11th or June, what is that? June 15th. Or June 16th. June 16th, 100 and something days ago, was the last time we had this big of a spike in volatility. It kind of looks like the same thing, just the 9 really just dragging on top of just a big spike of volatility going back into this overbought area. We're overbought again, so we're back below into the RSI, not in that overbought area. So, it really depends. We could do something like this and continue to shrivel down again and stay below 40s. I'm saying if we get back above 45s, that's going to be some really extreme volatility. Now, some of the stocks that I look at is I was looking at AMD today. And AMD, we got this key technical level down at 75, and I was watching this today. I didn't trade it, but I was watching it. And so AMD is just one of those very high volatile stocks that I like to trade because it gives me a lot of momentum opportunity. Like I like to trade a lot of technology names with high volume. Um, I will prefer there to be a R-vol over 1.5, over 1.2, over 1.3 at least. I would like, if the volatility is good, the price action looks good, the ATR is okay, I'll still trade it. It's a nice price. And AMD is just right in the middle. It's in that sweet spot. So I like to trade this a lot. And so AMD, just looking at it from the daily, so I'm gonna clear it up. Just looking at it from the daily, um, we got up to this 88.79 area, and this was a bounce off the 50 alongside the rally in the overall market. When the overall market hit the 100, AMD was just at the 50. It held up here, and now we're back to this level of support down here at the 73.82 area. So if we hold up here, it looks like we got down. Sellers pushed it near, kind of to like a higher low, and pushed it down. They tried to get to that 73.80 level, and they got pushed back up by the buyers. So tomorrow, if we hold, and then the next day after we break through, we can see a very hard sell-off if the overall market decides to keep selling off, I believe. But if AMD holds up, and it's also a gap, so we have a gap here. If we get through, we can see some heavy selling pressure, maybe through this 100 and down, and maybe down to 87.48, or even my fault. That's the wrong number. What did I say? 66, whatever, down here down to 65s and so on and so forth. But that just depends on the volatility of the market and what it wants to do. They reported earnings not that long ago. They beat by 41 cents. They beat by 41 cents, but it sold off. Wait, let me go look at that. Yeah, it beat by 41, and it got up, but it pulled back, and then didn't perform well after that. Just continued to sell off. So that leads me to believe that this is a poor performance. This is something, the stock isn't doing as well as it could be. So those are just one of the stocks that I'm looking at. I'm not going to break down too much. I'm not going to make this video too long. That's just my thoughts on overall market, depending on what investors decide to do over this upcoming election. Elections coming up. The volatility in the market is getting strange. It's getting high. COVID is spiking. COVID is spiking. It's a lot of things going on. And so, if you're up to date with all that, you understand that the market is in a very indecisive mode. So I would stay away from being biased. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form. I should probably put this in the front in the video. A disclaimer: I am no financial expert at all. I'm just a retail trader, and this is just kind of what I'm looking at in the overall market. In no shape or form am I giving any sort of financial advice at all. So just want to keep that in mind. But if anybody has any questions, if anybody has anything they want to know, anything they want me to break down, leave a comment below. I would love to answer any questions that I can help on. So yes, thank you for watching this video. Share this, do whatever if you enjoy it, and I will see you guys in the next one.